Hi there, come join me for a new idea on how to create a clean and effortless memory keeping layout featuring some of the newest releases from Altenew. Hi there, and welcome to a new episode of Inspired by a Card with Natalie. Today we're going to be working with the Shine Bright stamp set, and I'm going to bring a little bit of the Shine On stencil. And this is a new set of stamps by Amy Tangerine for Altenew. And the inspiration actually comes from the two cards that are shown inside of the pamphlet or the presentation card that comes in your stamp set. I love the wreath idea and I love the soft stenciling. So I'm going to borrow those two ideas to create my layout, and I want to create something really clean and simple, very fall oriented. Remember, we're in November, which means it's gratitude month here in the United States, so I thought something for my gratitude journal will work great. And I'm using the Stampwheel 2.0 because it actually helps me stamp in a larger area. The piece that I'm going to stamp is a 7 by 8.5 inches white cardstock, and I want to create a large wreath. So having the stamp wheel is going to help me. I have the 2.0, which means it's bigger, and I'm going to use the little leaf that comes inside of the stamp set. This is the Shine Bright, and I'm going to use colors from like a darker red to a lighter one. So my choices of coloring, I see that I'm just playing with my wheel, but I'm starting with mahogany bark, then I'm going to go into burnt red, then into rouge, then into canyon clay, then into dusky pink, then into pastel sunrise, and I'm gonna finish in blush. So I'm gonna go from darker in the center to lighter in the outside, and you're gonna see that it makes it super simple to create my wreath by using my stamp wheel. All I have to do is just place where I want to set the stamp, and then I'm gonna rotate it so that it just stamps properly, and I don't have, it takes the guessing game away from me. So like I said, my idea is just create a wreath. I want to fill the entire page. Kind of think of it, it's not really a wreath, it's like a circular motion. So I'm thinking as leaves coming out from the center. Pretty much the idea. And you're gonna see that it's a little bit off because remember, I have like a larger area to cover. So I'm just gonna take my time. The only thing that it was a little bit tricky is when I got to the ends of my paper. Unfortunately, the stamp wheel is, there's a limit to it. That means that the last few pieces that I stamp with blush, I had to do it outside with just a block, and it was just the little corners you're gonna see at the top just because it doesn't fit. But everything else I did it with my stamp wheel, and it worked super fast, and it was just perfect. Now I have that center that of the wreath, if you want to call it, that is empty. So I'm gonna bring my Shine On stencil, and I'm using right now pastel sunrise, this is the color of the ink, to just create that impression of those hearts kind of coming off the center, just to fill the center of my wreath. Once I have pastel wreath, I'm gonna go with a little bit of canyon clay, I'm gonna create kind of an ombre effect, and I'm gonna end up with burnt red in the center. Once I have that, I'm gonna set that to the side to dry, and I'm gonna work on the cards for the pocket page that are gonna accompany this page. So I thought the idea of bringing that stenciling back into the layout. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use my 3x4 card, which is like one of my pockets, and I am going to create two splits of the heart, and you're gonna see that I'm using 3 different colors. I am using pastel sunrise, dusky pink, and a little bit of burnt red, and I just want to create half of the stencil at the top and half at the bottom. That means that the middle is going to be empty to have my journaling and also a sentiment. Now for the bottom, I have a 4x6 space. Half of it is going to be covered by a picture. The other one, I want to create again the same radiating heart motif from the Shine On stencil, and I'm choosing like really light colors because I am going to add my lines of journal on top of it. So I don't want something that is very complicated. I'm staying with the same palette, so I add a little bit of pastel sunrise, super soft, and a little bit of dusky pink on top of it, but very, very soft. Once I have that, I need to add the sentiments. So I'm going back into the Shine Bright stamp set. You're gonna see that I'm bringing the little home. I'm gonna put it there, and the word home at the bottom, and I'm gonna put the little sentiment that says you are home. So that's gonna be my sentiment with the little house in the middle. I'm gonna add one of the little hearts. I'm gonna use dusty pink to stamp it right on top in between the house and the home. It just creates like this layer effect. And then I'm going to use the word grateful because I have photo paper for my pictures. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it right on the center of the picture. Now for the bottom card, which is the 6x4, I am actually going to stamp the little hearts, the little hands creating the heart and the word sweet onto white cardstock, and I'm using Obsidian black ink, and I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it. Then I'm going to use them, think of it as creating my embellishments with the stamp set. Now, like I said, to the left of the little picture at the bottom, I need to add my lines to journal. That means that I need to add kind of like a subheading. So I'm going to use the word love notes, which is again is in the stamp set. I'm going to add it right at the top of the creating heart stenciling that I added, and then the word, the little sentiment that says more of this, I'm gonna add it towards the bottom. So again, I'm leaving the space in the center to add my lines of journal, and this time I actually type them and add them so you actually can see them at the end of the video. So while everything was set in my inks, I went ahead and I'm using the Mighty Alphabet die, and I'm using jet black ink, Necessities cardstock to create my title. So I cut the word grateful 3 times out of the jet black cardstock, and I'm gonna layer the pieces together so that I have all the letters that create the word grateful. And my idea was to attach them right at the center there, like you see it right now, but because I have a lot of color going on the background and the font is really thin, I needed something that was going to create a soft layer without hiding the background, but give it a little bit of a break. So vellum is always a good thing. So you're going to see that I'm attaching a piece of, kind of wrapping the vellum around. This is a 3-inch piece of vellum. I'm wrapping it around that that wreath page that I created. Once I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and add the word grateful. I'm just adding adhesive to attach it onto the vellum, and you're gonna see that little bit of the, even though vellum is like, it has very little opacity, it just creates a little bit of a break between the background and the title, so it makes them both legible. So what I did is, from my stash, I added the word for today. I had some alphas, but then I went and used the Shine Bright stamp set to create the little camera, and I fussy cut it and I just glue it there, and I'm just adding a few enamel dots just to bring a little bit more of the pink that I have going on in this layout. And I hope you like it. Like I said, super simple, effortless. I just needed my stamp wheel, a good stamp, and some inks, and it worked perfect. And I hope you try it. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Remember, you can check all the details in the blog. And thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon, guys.
Hey there, Lydia here. I really do hope that you've just enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you can get your daily dose of crafty techniques and tutorials just like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.